Alright, guys, breaking news. We got now potential tropical cyclone 9 that has just formed right here near the Leeward Islands. This is major news, guys, and this is the third time recording this video. Drop a like, subscribe. Here's what we have right now. Disturbance forecast to become a tropical storm before reaching the Leeward Islands. Tropical storm warnings issued. This is absolutely crazy. Here's where it's currently located, and it's already getting very close to the Leeward Islands and the entire Caribbean. And this is major, guys. Just from named by the national, well, not named yet, but has just formed. And it already has tropical storm force winds. It's just not organized enough yet. No pressure 1,010 millibars, moving west at 23 miles per hour. So this is pretty this is pretty crazy. And here's what we have. So first off, let's look at where this is currently located. Here's the system here. Tropical storm force winds already reaching out pretty far away from that center. But we already have those tropical storm warnings all the way from Puerto Rico to Leeward Island, Guadeloupe, Martinique. This entire area, Virgin Islands, is already getting those tropical storm warnings. As we do expect the system to be moving northwest in the next couple of days, and something a little bit like this, which is going to be bringing tropical storm force winds to those Leeward Islands. Now, to take note, Dominican Republic also has those tropical storm watches in effect, which does mean tropical storm force winds could be expected in the next, I think, it's 48 hours. So we're really gonna have to pay attention for this, as this is going to be tracking right over those islands in the next couple of days, something a little bit like this. So that's really going to be bringing some major effects there. If not, some effects, if not major effects, to those areas. Now, I want to take a look at the track, because the track is absolutely concerning. Let's look at this here. So as you can see, National Hurricane Center does have this becoming a actual tropical storm by 8 a.m. Wednesday. So by tomorrow morning, we should see a tropical storm with this system. And it does have this move over the Leeward Islands and then move over. By Thursday, we do have this moving over the Dominican Republic. And then by Friday, we have a 60-mile-per-hour storm. And by Sunday, we have a Florida landfall with this system, guys. We're looking at something that could only impact the entirety of the Caribbean, but could make a Florida landfall, impacting the East Coast majorly. And, we're really going to have to pay attention for this, because we're looking at a U.S. landfall with this in Florida, which could be, bringing major impacts to those areas. Now, right now, I do want you guys to take into consideration that, it is pretty likely that the Leeward Islands here are going to be getting those tropical storm force winds. So, if not hurricane, most likely tropical storm force winds. But in terms of the Florida part, I do want you guys to see that this cone is rather large. And, there's still a chance, it can either go, right at the edge of that cone here and right to the left edge of that cone as well. It has lots of, different scenarios, and that does not mean it's going to necessarily hit Florida. Look at Dorian. It was originally expected to make direct landfall. And then, you guys remember how it progressed like this? And then like this, and then it ended up just skimming past like this. So, it does not mean this is the official track, does not mean this is where it's going to go. But, conditions are going to be getting pretty favorable in the next couple of days right now. So we're looking at potentially a major system, especially here in the Bahamas, where we're looking at very favorable conditions where we could be seeing the strengthening as into a hurricane. But right now we're looking at a 60-mile-per-hour landfall, and this is what the National Hurricane Center has been going with. And we're really going to be having to watch out for this system right now. And this is going to be major. Here's a look at the wind speed probability is already reaching all the way to Florida, Bahamas, Puerto Rico, the Leeward Islands, Guadeloupe, Martinique. So we're looking at a pretty major system. Here's a look at the potential tropical storm 9. Satellite imagery now, in those latest frame here. It is starting really to organize, and I'm pretty sure the center is somewhere here maybe, but we might see, if we do see the center relocate and reform into this burst of convection here, we could be looking on our hands at a tropical storm. And by tomorrow morning, this is likely going to be a tropical storm, like the National Hurricane Center says. Here's a look at no, that's not what I wanted. Here's a look at the visible high resolution here with this, and really similar thing here. When this does load, I'm so sorry about that, guys. We're looking at a system that's really starting to strengthen, and we're going to be seeing this in the next couple of days really get its act together. And we do already have those tropical storm force winds. Here's some of the models here. You do see a couple models. Like I said, there's still possibility, but yesterday we had every single model bringing it out to sea, and then today we have a half half. This is what this looked like yesterday, just to give you guys a reference. This is what it looked like yesterday, and now we're seeing that this ridge slash high pressure is starting to build up more and more, and it's really starting to build up more and more here, which is going to be pushing and making those making the storm move over Florida. Maybe do something like this. Right now it could really do something like this. I'm just kind of drawing all the possibilities. Maybe do something like this. Maybe do something like this. So it looks like really on alert. Anyone from South Florida, the east coast of Florida, into North Carolina should be on alert. Because, if we look at the models here, if we had to make a cone with those models right here, this is what the cone would look like. And, that is a pretty big cone with this. And, there's still a pretty high chance it does miss Florida. But most models do seem to bring it from a landfall anywhere north of Melbourne and anywhere from Miami, which is really going to be on alert for this. And also we do need to take into consideration that if this system does move over the Dominican Republic, it's going to be completely destroyed by the high mountains. So, and there's still a chance it won't survive through the Bahamas and some pretty high wind shear. But right now, it looks like it should be able to maintain itself. If you look at the guidance now, as you can see, the guidance is very, very on point. Most models know what they're doing until the 60-hour mark. After that, is it going to become a hurricane? Is it going to weaken? Is it going to be staying as a tropical storm? It becomes very, very uncertain, and we can't know for sure what's going to be happening with this into the next couple of days because of how uncertain it becomes with this. But I'm gonna have to see how this does end up playing out. There's a recon here entering the system, and is that what I'm saying? Am I seeing red here? Holy crap, guys! I'm sorry. But is this what I'm saying? There's a recon entering the system, and it's holy moly! It's already finding 60 to 64 now. It's already finding a 70 to 80 mile per hour system. It looks like. Yeah, so it's already. This could be wow. I'm peak 10-second wind 60 knot. So I'm not sure if there's a problem in the data here, but if this is right, it looks like this could already be a strong tropical storm or a hurricane. Um, but we'll see if this ends up being true. But I'll definitely update you guys because right now we're looking at a hurricane if this is right. But I really don't think so. Here's a look at the boo on Twitter here. I'd like to know and see what he's saying. Zoom in view of the cone of uncertainty for Florida, Puerto Rico. Also talking about that. National Hurricane Center issuing advisories. Looks so, not much there, but, we're really looking at a system. And I don't know. I do wonder if Recon is having some technical difficulties, but I think it's actually finding those winds right now, and it's not even in the center yet. So this is very, very, very scary to think about here. But the only thing that could stop the system from forming is what I'm about to show you. Right now, it's in the greens, as you can see. Right now, it is still in those greens, but it is about to enter. It is about to enter those 30 to 35, 40 even reds, and those are unfavorable wind shears. So there's a chance it could get really sheared apart. But right now, this is the only thing stopping it. I don't know why Recon's finding those winds, and that is really surprising because that means we have a hurricane on our hands to strong tropical storm, and those are only they're not even in the center yet. That is really weird. I'm gonna look. There's a chance they're finding something weird because it just peaked from 20 knot to 60 knot. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated if there was anything